Okay. We should be good now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay.
All right. So, we're here to talk about our Disney food adventures. The past couple times we've been to Disney, and seeing as how here recently we've not been able to return, we thought we might as well go over some of the restaurants and stuff that we ate at during last year's trips that we took. And hopefully, after everything goes back to kind of normal, we can start taking some more trips probably towards the end of this year. Hopefully summertime, but to keep it in our head, aiming for the end of towards the fall of this year. So,
the first time that we went to Disney was together was in November of 2018. Prior to that, I actually have been to Disneyland and Disney World when I was a kid a couple times. But of course, restaurants have changed. I don't remember any of that. But while I was at Disneyland, we were only there for 4 hours. So all I ate was I think it was a foot-long coney dog. Yeah, that's all that
really?
I ate. Yeah, we were so trying to ride everything that I really didn't get to experience the food. And I hear that Disneyland food is actually a lot better than Walt Disney World food, so...
I would just, even if you had been there for 4 hours, I would just not think that you eating a coney dog, a hot dog of all things.
It was the first thing that we came up to.
Oh, okay.
That and the giant turkey legs.
Yeah,
or did I get a turkey leg? I honestly might have. It was either the coney dog or a turkey leg because they had little carts. But
okay, well, in our trip in November, we went just to Magic Kingdom for a day, didn't we?
and it was actually less than a day because there was a party that night, so
Yep.
we had to leave.
And then it was pretty much at that moment that we realized that we wanted to go back for our honeymoon. Then it was when we were on our honeymoon, we decided to go ahead and get annual passes and go back as much as we possibly could. So, is this starting all the way back in November?
Yep.
Okay. How did you remember that? That's from 2018?
I looked at the menu. But
Oh,
the thing
okay.
is about the November trip is we literally ate at all of our favorite restaurants. Or quick. Yes.
The first, yeah. Well, technically, it wouldn't have been our favorite because that would have been our first time going.
But now,
So, yeah, say now we ate, yeah, if we look back, we ate it. All the first restaurants that we went to on that first trip now are our favorite restaurants.
I'll start with the breakfast that we had. We ate at Sleepy Hollow in Magic Kingdom. All of these are Magic Kingdom restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a ham and egg and cheese waffle, breakfast waffle. It was delicious. I love Sleepy Hollow. It's probably my favorite in all of Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. I got a Mickey waffle that had strawberries and what would you call that? Like a strawberry goo?
It's like, I call it the Sonic strawberries because that's what we used to serve in the
it's like
milkshakes.
it's like whenever you were in middle school or elementary school, you had strawberry shortcake, and it was the little cake with the strawberry and the sauce.
Strawberry goo.
Yeah, it's good. It's delicious, and it's got
sugar.
Yep, and then you got the whipped cream on his ears.
That
and
automatically
it's very,
set
very
the tone for how
very,
that
very
day
good.
was going to
The
go.
only downfall I would say to the Mickey waffle was the goo is sticky. And I mean,
And there was no...
Sleepy Hollow has a little bit of seating around, like as you come through the line and then you order your food and then you step over into the next little waiting area to wait for your food. After that little area, you walk over and there's like a little seating area, and maybe it's got
more
maybe
now.
does
Because
it
they
now?
rebuilt the moat.
Oh, that's right.
Remember,
Yeah.
they had more seating this last time than we went. There
Yeah.
was a lot of people there in January, so we did sit. But there is a lot more seating than there was, definitely. But it's still my favorite.
But like I said, the only thing that I like my waffles to be more on the crunchy side, the outside of the waffle to be crunchy more so than like a really soggy, and that's exactly how they're. I mean, I don't really know they put them in a deep fryer or something.
You watch them cook
deep
them.
fryer.
Yeah, they have waffle makers in there.
Yeah, well, it just comes out really crunchy. They put powdered sugar
And they
over
all
it.
wear like colonial
Well,
America
yeah, it's
outfits.
in the colonial part of Magic
And
Kingdom,
it's so cute to watch them in their little bonnets cooking the food. But they don't look too happy. It's because it's really
hot in there.
there.
Extremely hot in there. I know when we went in November, I know it was, but then we've been back in summertime, and
we've eaten there 3 times or 4 times.
Pretty much every time that, like, I'm pretty sure that when we go back to Magic Kingdom, that we'll probably end up eating there the first time we go back to Magic Kingdom.
All right, lunch. I'll let Zachary talk about.
That's the same day.
Yes.
This is the same day, so
yes.
it would be lunch. That day we ate at Columbia Harbor House, and that's in my favorite area.
Right next to Sleepy Hollow. Actually.
Yeah, it's a maybe 5-minute walk past Sleepy Hollow, and you get to Columbia Harbor House. And I mean, it's not so much that I love I enjoy the food because it's fish and French fries and shrimp, and you have malt vinegar and all kinds of.
Lots of condiments.
Yeah, lots of condiments, and it's good and everything. But I just love the atmosphere, the decorations, how the theming, which I was actually listening to a YouTube video today about that whole area. What was that area called? The whole area, Columbia Harbor House and Sleepy Hollow.
It's in Colonial America, but I can't remember the exact name.
Anyway, that whole area.
That's Walt's. That was Walt's idea.
Right, it's where Hall of Presidents and everything is. But that whole area, there's a brown strip of like gravel. I don't know if you'd call it gravel or just pavement, but it's a brown strip. It's like almost like a stream that goes all the way through the that little area. So we just looked up the name of it, and it's Liberty Square is the name of it. But what I was saying was there's this brown pavement that stands out from the rest of the pavement as you walk through there. I don't know if you've ever noticed it. I think I've noticed it, but just not really paid any attention to it.
So many people around.
But apparently, that is, back in the colonial times, that was their sewer, their sewage system.
I have seen that.
Was they poured it out, and then it just flowed down the street to...
Where did you get that from? What video? Was it Disney Food Blog? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watched them a lot.
Yeah. But anyway... the Harbor House, I had fish. I can't remember the name of the meal, but it's fish, shrimp, French fries.
It's their seafood platter.
Yeah, hush puppies. It's very good.
I just had
very good.
Chicken
I just like going. Yeah, every time she goes there.
Chicken nuggets.
I just like going, and we sit on the second floor.
It's really cool.
Yep, we sit on the second floor, and
we look at Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm. And
so pretty.
People walking by. If you're lucky enough to sit by a window. Every time we've ever been though, the one downfall of that place though is it's packed. Every time we've ever been there, it's always been crazy packed.
And you hear like slamming of trays and kids
and they have like right when you walk in, you have your line, and then you have your where you order, and then on the right side and the far right side of that and the far left side is where you wait for your food, and that area right there can get extremely packed. Then they put your drinks and your food on the tray. That's and they don't put a lid anything, so you're like balancing this tray, walking upstairs. Through people, walking around and upstairs and everything. So
another thing about Columbia Harbor House is they have mobile ordering. We never really used mobile ordering until our January trip because we had a lot more people with us, and it makes more sense. But I honestly don't mind waiting in the food lines most of the time, unless it's like Aloha Isle. I'd never wait in that line. We always mobile order there. So.
Oh, is that for the Dole Whip?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
well,
great.
The thing with waiting in line in places like this is I enjoy waiting in line just so that I don't have to. Which I guess if you mobile ordered it, you could take however long you wanted to.
I always feel like such an inconvenience when mobile ordering, though. I don't know if that's just my psyche, like, telling me
probably
that. It's because you always go up to the window and, like, other people feel like you're skipping them. I guess that's my only thing. I get really, like, iffy about that.
Well, I guess it's good, though, because if everybody mobile ordered, it would just be... You would have to wait just as long as if you sat in line. So there's still people that wait in line, and there's still people that mobile order.
Talking about Dole Whip, a snack that we ate this whole day. That's pretty much all we did. A snack that we ate was Dole Whip at Aloha Isle. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite snack that you can get.
It's our son our dog walking around on the floor.
Is the Dole Whip. I think we got the floats. Both of us did. I'm pretty sure. But I've also had the mix of the ice cream and the Dole Whip. Just that together. I would just eat the straight pineapple juice though, so I love the Dole Whip.
I like the Dole Whips. I like the Dole Whips a lot. Both of the ones I've had the float, and I've also had the ice cream in the actually it's both ice cream. It's just Dole Whip flavored, and then you have, what is it, vanilla flavored?
Mm-hmm.
It's mixed together.
Kind of the same they do at Sunshine Tree Terrace, which we've never eaten at before, but I am gonna get that dang Orange Bird sipper. Oh, that's
Okay, sorry about that. Our dog is having a
coughing
spell or something. I don't know what's going on. And then that was the snack that we ate was the Dole Whip, and then the dinner we ate was at Casey's Corner, which I was kind of skeptical about eating there for some reason. I honestly think it was because there was so many people outside and around that area. I was just like kind of taken aback and turned away from it. But after, I can't even remember. You got the macaroni and cheese.
I got the macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Yeah, and I can't remember what I got.
I want to say you got like just a normal hot dog with like sauerkraut or something.
I mean, I wouldn't have got sauerkraut on it. But I would say I probably got.
I think I'm thinking of the Chicago dog from Sonic.
Might have been. I don't. Yeah.
Confusing it with.
Anyway, it was
brownie.
very good.
We got a brownie too.
We got a brownie. Yep. With just icing on it. It was just a normal brownie with icing. It was very good.
Had a Christmas tree.
Yeah, the hot dog. No, it was a. Was it a baseball?
Tree? No.
Sure.
Yeah, we went in November when it was Christmas. They had Christmas decorations up.
Okay.
It was a Christmas tree.
Anyway, the hot dog was very good. The macaroni and cheese hot dog looked crazy. I think when I go, when we go back, I think I'll get that. I think I'll try that, the macaroni and cheese hot dog. I bet it'll be good.
A lot of seasonal hot dogs. I watched Tim Tracker a lot, and he did the 12 Days of Christmas hot dogs and has tried pretty much every one that they've done. So that's kind of given us an idea of.
All right, let's try this again for the third time.
Jailbreak.
Winston broke in, so okay.
That was all of our food that we ate. We actually had to leave at 6 because there was a very Merry Christmas party that day. All in all, very fun, great day. We're really like 5-hour park people.
Or go for like 2 or 3 hours in the morning, catch a fast pass, get something to eat, go home, take a nap, and then go back until it closes.
Yeah, that works really well for us. And also, we don't feel like we're eating all the time. We ate a lot that day.
Yeah, well, that was enjoyable. It was a good experience to where we wanted to go back.
Too.
Yeah, it was a good experience to where we wanted to go back for our honeymoon, and it wasn't a bad experience. I think if it was a bad experience, we may not have wanted to go back to our honeymoon. If we didn't go back on our honeymoon, we wouldn't have gotten the annual passes like we have now.
So the next time we went was the beginning of June of 2019, so there was a pretty big gap there, but it took us forever to save up for that because it's expensive.
Plus we were saving up, it was our honeymoon, so we were saving up our wedding on top of that.
Yeah. The first day we went to Hollywood Studios. We ate the Pop-Tarts or the Lunchbox Tarts that they have at Woody's Lunchbox, which is probably my favorite place at Hollywood Studios so far. We really haven't tried a lot of food at Hollywood Studios, but I would say I really like Woody's Lunchbox. It's cute.
And there was that same. It might have been that same video I was just talking about earlier. That she was mentioning the little brown strip of gravel that goes through that part. But she was also talking about there's no trees in the Toy Story land, and I never realized there was no trees in that area. And the reason why there's no trees in that area is because you're meant to feel like a toy there. So everything is huge, like the Baby Bell cheese at the Woody's Lunchbox. You have crayons that are super tall. You have all these things. Right, you have all these things that are super tall. It makes you feel small, like a toy. And if you have a tree, think about how huge that tree would have to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'd have to put a redwood out there.
Right, the tree would have to be, you'd have to be.
I saw that part before I took a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Toy Story Land is probably my favorite themed area of Hollywood Studios, even though Galaxy's Edge is really cool. I just think it's really nostalgic for me. And
I was about to say, I grew up on Toy Story and Toy Story 2, and then me and my mom went and seen Toy Story 3 in theaters. So
Oh.
Toy Story has been a big, and I had Woody's and Buzz, and so that was really cool going and seeing everything decorated and how everything was.
When we went at that time, Galaxy's Edge wasn't open. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway wasn't open yet. It was a very bleak time for Hollywood Studios.
Well, they were just working on
Yeah.
everything, so it was right in the
We
middle
didn't
of everything.
ride that much either. We met some characters. We met Mike and Sully. We're not talking about that. I'm sorry. This is our food. This is our restaurant. The next place that we went to was for lunch was the Dockside Diner, which is like the boat on the lake. And that's like my least favorite place that we ate at. Probably at all of Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a really big Coney dog person.
Yeah, but you got a Coney dog at Disneyland.
I know. I think
That's
it was.
weird.
I think it was the turkey leg. I'm really going back to the turkey.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
But
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Like
and but the thing is where we sat, when we were eating, you could see the little Star Wars show that they were putting on periodically. So we had, it's where you sit at to eat that. You got a little bit of shade. You can see that if they're doing a show out in the middle everywhere.
One thing about Dockside Diner is I never hear anything about it. I've watched so many Disney videos about food and stuff, and I never hear anyone talk about it. And I don't know if that's just because is it seasonal? Is it just not popular? I would love to hear if any of you have eaten at Dockside Diner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next day was Magic Kingdom, which was, we ate lunch at Columbia Harbor House again. I think when we go back later this year, we need to start expanding our...
We just really like that place.
I really, really enjoy eating Columbia Harbor House, but we ate dinner at Be Our Guest that night.
It was a prefix menu, which you only have a few choices, but I actually like that because it's not so overwhelming, and it was a really great experience. I thought the food was really nice. It's so beautiful in there. I wanted to eat in the West Wing, where the rose is, and it's really dark, but you really can't see your food in front of you. It's so dark in there.
You can go onto the app and look at all the food choices that you're going to have, and you can even order and make your decision before you go there. So whenever you get there, you sign in or you get in and then you go sit down and they already have your meal situated.
It's a lot less stressful process at dinner than at lunch. The lunch food we'll talk about in a little while was good, but the stressfulness of ordering that was insane. It wouldn't have been, but we'll explain what happened later on.
But the dinner, when we went and ate dinner, that we had menus, didn't we? We didn't choose before. They brought us out menus and we chose.
I think dinner is more relaxed, casual, take your time kind of thing.
Yeah, and what did I have? You had the chicken. I had the steak. It was very good steak. And
I'll pull up and see what the
what was the soup that we ate? That's what I was trying to think about.
Oh, French onion.
Yeah, the soup was very, very good. They brought the soup out, and then they brought your meal out, and then after they brought your meal out, they brought the gray stuff.
Okay, so here is the prefix menu that they have now. Disney food. Nope, this isn't even Disney food block. Okay, so they have some appetizers like the French onion soup. We both got that. Lobster bisque, octopus, field greens, meats, and artisanal cheeses. I think I would get that if I went back again. And escargot, snails. And then they give you rolls. I don't remember us getting rolls.
Yeah, we did.
We did? I don't remember that. And let's see. For the main courses, you can get the filet mignon.
Which was what I got.
What you got? Wow, I didn't realize that's what that was.
It was very good.
Smoked ricotta and corn tortellini. Sounds good. Spice dusted lamb chops, and those look really good. That's what the person in this article got. Poulet rouge chicken, which is what I got. It was very good. Saffron infused seafood. I'm not even going to say that word. Starts with a B. And then roasted pork tenderloin. Then the dessert, they bring this little trio of the gray stuff, a little chocolate truffle, and a I forgot how you say that one correctly. Macaroon?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
But it had raspberries on it. It was very delicious. And you could eat the paper that was on there.
Yeah, when they brought the plate out, they have the little design on the plate, and then everything on top of the plate, and you could eat everything. You can eat that little design. You couldn't eat the plate, obviously, but there's a little design thing on top of
That's
the
what we'll
plate.
think of next.
And then
The little cup, the gray stuff, was it?
Everything that was brought out to you on the plate could be eaten.
Yeah, that was
very
really
good.
I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our next day
was
Animal Kingdom, and this is probably the place where we have eaten the least of all of them because we've ate at the same restaurant every time that we've been. We didn't eat breakfast. We didn't realize how limited the breakfast options were at Animal Kingdom.
A lot of it doesn't open up until
yes, that was one thing that
day.
If you're going, Creature Comforts, which we'll talk about in a little while, is basically the only place I found that you could get breakfast. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm still learning, but I'm pretty sure. But we did have to wait till 10:30 when Satuli Canteen opened in Pandora, which is delicious. We really enjoyed it. I always get the chicken bowl with noodles, and they have rice. They have hash with like sweet potatoes and stuff. It's very good. I really enjoyed it.
They have you make your bowl, so like you pick your protein, they say, and then you pick like noodles or rice, and then you have dressings that you can pick, and the atmosphere of the place is really cool. It's very good. Very, very good.
And they put boba balls on there. I would probably not order that anymore because I'm kind of like over that. Oh, that was cool, but I wouldn't want it again kind of thing.
And I like the Columbia Harbor House. They give you, like I said, they give you your drink, so you can't go back and get. I guess you could go back and maybe get a refill. I'm not entirely sure about that.
I would not want to fight that crowd.
But I never went back and got a refill. And this
is coming from a person who drinks like 4 drinks when he eats.
The Satuli Canteen. Canteen. Yeah, is you can go back and get refills.
It's
as
unlimited,
much as you want.
so anybody could really. I don't like that because anybody could kind of go in there. But I used my refillable drink when I was there.
Yeah.
Before, so that was good.
I enjoyed that. I enjoy being able to go refill my drink.
A lot of seating in the air conditioning.
Yeah.
We've eaten inside and outside.
I haven't even think about that. There is a ton of seating inside.
That's the only place in Pandora where I'll tell you there's a lot of room because everywhere else is like packed like sardines.
Yeah.
They actually thought this one out.
Yeah, that one. There's every time that we've ate there, except for the time we went in January, we could have ate inside. And I think the only reason why we couldn't have ate inside in January was because our party was so big.
And for some reason, it was oddly crowded for January this year.
It was extremely crowded.
None of the numbers from crowd calendars were right for January. So November, when we went, it was like the last 2 days of November was the best time that we went crowd-wise. But that doesn't really bother us because there's just 2 of us and we're walking around by ourselves.
There's 2 of us, but also you're going to Disney World, so it's not like you're going to.
Who cares?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like you're going to, some like a theme park and somewhere near you that's probably not that crowd. Like, not Six Flags. Where is
Wild
that?
Adventures?
Yes, it's not like Wild Adventures where you can go and probably.
You will never see anyone.
Right.
It's like not crowded there at all.
Right. You have high times during the summertime and then during like the fall it drops off. It's not like that. It's constantly.
For dinner that night, we ate the Tiffin's dining package that comes with the Festival of the Lion King, and I'm going to try to look up what comes with that while Zach talks about what you got.
And Tiffin's was, I was expecting it to be a lot more like Be Our Guest because of how expensive it is, but it's a very nice restaurant, but it's very...
One thing, my biggest complaint about Tiffin's was we were trying to have like a date night, essentially. We weren't dressed date night because it was literally 170 degrees.
It was very hot that day.
It was very hot that day. But we were having, it was a nice like intimate dinner that we were eating, and they sit some random lady right beside us, and she's sitting there looking at us the whole time like that. There was plenty of empty seats that lady did not have to sit to where she could touch my knee. So that was my major complaint there.
But they have a very big wine menu.
Holy cow. So I don't remember how much the Festival of the Lion King package was. I'm trying to find that out.
I want to say it was $200 a person.
Oh my gosh, was it really?
Or maybe it was $200 together, and it was $100 a person.
I think that is. But you get priority seating at Festival of the Lion King, and I like that. I probably wouldn't watch it again. I don't know. It was good to see it one time.
Yeah.
But
you went and watched The Lion King, and then you pretty much left from there and went to Tiffin's.
And that was nice.
And then...
okay. So the appetizers, the one that I got was the bread service, which was probably the best thing that I did the whole time. That was amazing.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different
I
breads.
ate a few pieces off there. It was very
And
good.
he got the, we should do the math and see if this was really worth how much we paid for this.
Okay.
So the Tiffin's bread service is $12, which is very reasonable. I think I would pay that again for that just to go. You can actually get that at the Nomad Lounge right next to it without a reservation. So I think I would go back just to get that bread service.
Was it? I got squid for the appetizer.
You did, and that charred octopus is $17. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Okay.
But with the package though, all that's paid for.
Yeah,
Like whenever
so
you pay for that.
it's not individual.
Right. Whenever you pay for that package, you get.
Oh my gosh! Now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
The butter chicken was the main course that I got, and that was $38, which is chickpea rice croquette, English peas, cauliflower, and pickled onion. I thought it was good. What did you think?
Oh, I got the shrimp and grits.
You did. You liked that, right?
It was very good. The
Let's
shrimp
see.
were huge.
I don't see.
Massive,
Yes, your
massive
shrimp and grits was cheaper than my chicken.
Wow.
It was $35. Already, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's 102 right now, and we haven't even done the desserts
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the drinks that we
Yeah.
got. Because I got to get it unlimited champagne, or was it 4
No,
glasses?
it was one
2
glass.
per person.
Yes, it was. No, it was one per person.
Okay, I had 2 glasses of champagne, and that was really
Yeah,
good.
that was what it was because I didn't want mine and he gave you mine.
All right, so the desserts that they have now, I think
Mm-hmm.
this is different than when we were there, is the Lion King passion fruit tapioca cream, Halo,
Don't remember that.
mascarpone cheesecake, and South American chocolate ganache. I don't remember any of that.
I don't remember any of those.
What did we eat?
I can't even remember what we got for a
I know
dessert.
we got a dessert.
Yeah, because you get one in the package. You get an appetizer,
Well,
a main course.
we're already at 102, and that's not including a $10 to $15 dessert. So the dining package is worth it if you want to go to Tiffin's and check it out.
And Lion King and
Yep.
Tiffin's at the same time.
Yeah. There's actually several different levels of what you can do. We got the top tier one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they gave us a little picture that I lost within 5 minutes of
Yep.
them giving it to me.
No, she literally, it was given to us, and then as we left the restaurant, 15, 20 minutes after we left the restaurant, I said, where's that thing that they gave us? I don't know.
Someone took it, I'm pretty sure. Because I had to sit down when I was waiting on you to do something, and then it was just gone.
Yep.
But Tiffin's was pretty good. I would go there again, but I think I want to try a few more places before I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to our next day. We went to Epcot. And we probably went to, I spoiled Zachary by taking him to Japan first. That was our first meal that we had there. We ate at the Katsura Grill in Epcot, which is the quick service. You have to go up some stairs to get to it.
Yeah, it's at the, once you get to Japan, it's at the very, very back of Japan.
But that place was the bomb.
It was very good. We went in there, we got our food, and we're out very shortly.
20 minutes.
And then we got lucky, and we had some really good seating. It was right under shade.
And you could see everything.
Everything, yep. And it was ridiculously hot that day. That was the day that we left at about, I feel like we left at 12 or 1. I mean, we walked around the World Showcase and was pretty much like,
oh, we gotta go.
Yep, we gotta go. It was hot.
Okay, so the Katsura
That was
Grill.
4th day into everything.
It's very cheap there, too. I thought it was, anyway. I'm trying to look at everything that we got. They have a lot of sushi. We didn't get any of that stuff. I got the chicken teriyaki, which is my all-time favorite thing to get anywhere I go anyway. So I'll automatically love that place. It was only $11 for that.
Yeah, that
That's
place
cheap.
is awesome.
It's actually not run by Disney either, so maybe that helps. And you got the chicken and beef or the shrimp and chicken?
I think I got the chicken and beef.
His was only $12, an extra $1 for beef.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, very good. They also have miso soup too, and that's one of my favorite things. Yep. This reminded me of the menu at Umi.
Yeah,
it was the same.
Yeah,
they had very. It's amazing restaurant.
They have very limited seating inside though, but they have a pretty good bit of seating outside.
I haven't heard anybody talk about that restaurant very much either. There's just so many at Epcot. I think some of these kind of get swept under the rug.
A lot of places you can eat at Epcot.
After that, we went to the Caramel Kuche, maybe? Is that how it's said?
In Germany.
It's a little caramel store. Got a Rice Krispie treat. And I've gotten the caramel popcorn. I think I got that then too. Everything in there smells good. Tastes
as soon as
good.
you walk in there, it's caramel. It's like the Welch. What is it called? Is it a Welch? What are they called? The soft caramels, the little in the packs. Not Welch. Werther's, yes.
They sell everything is Werther's caramel.
Yep.
So Love that
It's
place.
amazing.
And we really failed our first time at Epcot because we were worn out, first of all. Secondly, it was too hot.
It was very hot. That was the day.
And we about passed out.
That was the day that we left, went home, took a nap, then got back up and went back and had a great Magic Kingdom. And had a great time at Magic Kingdom.
That Friday night was probably the least busy I've ever seen Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. It was not that busy at all.
We rode like 6 rides in like 2 hours. It was crazy. And we ate in that time. So that was all that we did at Epcot our first try. We failed. We tried again later. We did a little bit better.
I was about to say, when we went back in January, we made up for...
And we also went in July again to World Showcase.
We did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep, for a night. That night we went to... I'm not 100% sure that we went back to Columbia Harbor House. I'm pretty sure, though, because we rode on a mansion. And anytime we eat at Columbia Harbor House, we always...
I'm pretty sure we went to Columbia Harbor House now that I think about it, because I think it was
chicken nuggets again.
It was we went to, because that elderly couple gave us the fast pass before we went. We went and ate, and then we went to the Haunted Mansion.
That was a really sweet
day. We used it for Peter Pan. That's what we used it
because
for.
we had never been able to get on it.
Mm-hmm.
When we went in November, I didn't really know a lot about the fast pass system. Like, I honestly can't remember what I did. But when we went back, for a honeymoon, I had already, figured it out a little bit better. And I was just getting fast passes like crazy. We got Haunted Mansion, we got Splash Mountain, we rode Thunder Mountain. Like, we were just getting a bunch.
So we rode Peter Pan, we rode Thunder Mountain, we rode Splash Mountain, we rode...
Haunted Mansion.
Did I say that one?
No.
Haunted, Thunder, Splash, Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm.
All in...
We rode one more, I don't remember though.
All in like 2 hours?
Plus, we stopped at Columbia Harbor House and ate. And... after everything was said and done, before the fireworks, this was the nightmare day, trying to get out of there.
Oh, my word.
We went to get back to Sleepy Hollow, and I got my favorite ice cream dessert that I've ever had, and it's the ice cream churro sandwich. It's so good. They don't have it right now. I actually just watched a Disney food blog, and they said they've switched to cookie, which is
I think would be better than the churros.
I'm a big churro fan, though, so.
I like churros,
You're not Hispanic.
But I think the chocolate chip one would be better.
I don't even think you really ate much of that churro sandwich. Though.
I didn't, because it was too messy. It was too. I
don't care.
Right.
Okay, so that was our.
That was our honeymoon and first trip.
And we missed a few meals in there because we wanted to try a couple other places around Orlando that we wanted to. First of all, I want to talk about that Popeyes experience.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay. Was that when we got down there?
That was...
that was the next trip after our honeymoon, right?
I thought that was our honeymoon.
Was it?
Which one did we ate at Tijuana Flats during our honeymoon, I know.
But we were already...
ate at Popeyes. I'm pretty
sure.
Yeah,
either way, one of the trips we went down there, we went to a Popeyes in... because I really love Popeyes.
It was the only thing that was open on top of that, too.
Yeah, I love Popeyes. And we went and ate, and they were about to close.
And they were telling you they were about to close.
Yeah, and we should have just took that as a hint and just said, okay, we're sorry, and then just left. But we ordered anyway, and this Popeyes it was 2 floors.
I'm going to add that this was in Celebration. It was on Celebration Drive, like very close, like less than 2 minutes away from Disney. So
very close to Disney, yes. It was two floor Popeyes. There was one other group of people in there when we were there. And they were out of just about every sauce. I mean, it literally looked like
ketchup.
Yeah, it literally looked like a tornado of people had come through there, and they had just barely survived and walked out the other side. I mean, there was napkins everywhere. There was salt and pepper packets everywhere. There was cups everywhere.
Depression.
There was crazy.
Even their faces looked like they had been to war.
Like, I'm surprised that when we walked in, you didn't hear that Western music. Like a dust thing come rolling across. That's how bad it was.
And there was chicken pieces all over the tables. Like, that was one thing that made him want to leave the most. But also, we almost witnessed a fight between the worker and one of the other family that was there because he said there was a bug in his mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm. And the lady was kind of like, I don't know what you want me to do about it. I didn't put that bug in there.
She just wanted him to understand that she did not put that bug in his mashed potatoes. There was no reason for him to be accusing her of putting the bug in. And she started to get loud, and he was just standing there holding his mashed potatoes with the bug in it. And after she got done with her speech, he just said, "Ma'am, I just want a new thing of mashed potatoes." And I think they
He's
went and got him a
braver
new.
than most.
I think he went and he got him some new mashed
I
potatoes.
just want to add that I'm so surprised that you ate that food after witnessing that event. You know, we
I
didn't
really
talk
love
about our
Popeyes.
favorite meal that we had on our honeymoon, though. Out of everything, the pizza at CLC Resort.
Okay, so she tried for the longest to get me to stay on Disney Resort.
We finally did, though.
And we did, but I told her for our honeymoon I wanted to stay at the same place that we stayed at when we went to for the first time in November, and it was the CLC World Resort that's in very close to
Celebration.
Yes, it's very close to Disney World, and it's an really really nice place.
It's
It's
not
basically
like apartment-like places.
It's like a townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. It's 2 floors. It's got 2 bedrooms, a big living room, dining room area, a full kitchen. It's got a hot tub in the backyard. It's got
Very
screened-in area, and 2 big bathrooms.
Bunch of rooms. It's got 3 bathrooms.
It's got the bathroom downstairs. It's just a toilet and a sink, and it's got the 2 bathrooms upstairs that have showers and everything. But they offer, you can call and get. Did they close? Yeah, they closed at some point. But
They have a on-site restaurant and bar, and the first time when we were there, it was we didn't order. Did we order there first?
No,
it was the second time. We ordered a pizza,
Caesar salad,
homemade Caesar salad,
Yep.
and breadsticks and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $40. I mean, I know that's expensive, but we were hungry and had a lot of food.
It was a ton of food though.
Yeah,
it was
like a full
big.
four-person.
It was a big pizza. It was a lot of breadsticks. It was a huge Caesar salad, and then it was plenty of drinks for an entire family to eat. So it was expensive, and it was also delivered. We didn't have to go pick it up. We just called, said what we wanted, told them our room, and it was just room service. But it's townhouses. It's not like one big hotel where it's all in this one big building. They had to drive down there.
The first time we went, we got spoiled because there's nobody staying around us because it was November. The price was half the cost.
Yeah.
And the second time we went, it was a little bit crazy.
The crazy thing is when we went in November, the price was half the cost of when we went in our honeymoon, and then I checked it after that. It was several months after that, and the price had again doubled since then.
It was the price we paid on our honeymoon was reasonable for the room. Actually, it was still a little cheap. Disney standards, those would have been like Polynesian villas, $2,000 a night.
I was about to say
hands down, they are worth that. They are very nice.
Yeah.
And Disney rooms are exorbitantly priced. They're so expensive.
because
but that's for another video. That's for another podcast.
Yeah.
So back to the food. We went back in July. This is when I think we ate the Popeyes. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember now, but the first night when we got there, we showed up to Epcot. That was a Friday night, and we were starving to death, but we held out because we wanted to make sure that what we ate was really, really good. So we rode a bunch of rides before. Test Track broke down, and we never have actually gotten to ride it still.
I don't know why I keep forgetting about this trip. That was the trip that it rained.
Yeah.
Right when we got there.
The water park trip. Because I got a mad migraine. That's probably why that's foreshadows everything else.
Yeah.
But we ate at the Yorkshire County Fish Shop in the UK Pavilion. Hands down, probably the best fish I've ever eaten. And I'm a big fish eater.
Extremely hot.
It was. The pieces were huge.
Yeah, they were. The pieces of fish were huge, but they had they literally pulled it out
of that oil and put it in your mouth.
Pulled it out of the grease and put it in the thing, and then
it was packed. It was packed that night.
It was muggy.
That was the last
the food was very
time
good.
that Epcot. Illuminations. One of the last times that it played. It played for a few, but everybody was kind of going to Epcot at night to watch Illuminations. I didn't really think it was that fantabulous, but that's for another video. Podcast again. I'm just not a big fireworks person, so you can't ask me. They scare the heck out of me.
Yeah. And that night we got some popcorn from the Canadian. What was that place called?
It was just a little cart.
Yeah, it was like a little.
In the Canada Pavilion.
Right.
It's got maple popcorn, which is probably my favorite popcorn.
Did I say caramel popcorn or maple?
And he got a moose head beer.
Yeah.
And he really likes that.
It was very, very good. And I got it both the times that I've got it in the collectible cup.
I want to go get the popcorn that's all like cheddar and whatever the other flavors are.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been able to find it. They just moved it. So there's so much that I want to do. It's going to take me years to finally do all this stuff. So that's all that we ate that Friday night. And then Saturday, we went to the best water park I've ever been to. And I've been to a few. I really liked Blizzard Beach.
It was really fun.
It was so pretty. Like that overall, just walking around there. And they have a freaking ski lift in a water park. That was so fascinating.
It's themed to be like a water park on like a ski resort.
Yeah, the whole premise is that it snowed for the first time in Orlando. And it's melting, so they wanted to make a quick buck, so they turned it into a water park. So that's pretty cool. But for food-wise, because this is what we're supposed to be focusing on, we ate at the Lottawa. We're pretty sure, even though they have very similar food at every place you go there. Guess what I got? Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
I'm basic.
Did I get a hamburger?
It was so hot that it was hard for me to eat any of the other options. I don't know. I'm just, I guess, weird about that. I got... we sat by the cutest little baby, though. I remember eating the chicken nuggets in front of that little baby. It was cute.
If we continue doing these podcasts more hopefully about a bunch of different stuff, but especially the food ones, we have to branch out and actually try things so we can report back.
I think it's just I'm scared. I'm not gonna like it, and then I'm gonna be hungry again. That's my greatest fear. But their chicken nuggets are really good.
Else.
Yeah. They had a flatbread. I kind of wish I would have tried. But the thing is, we've gotten to go more so that we have the inclination to go buy more, try more things.
Yep.
We did better in January. I will say that. We did do a little bit better. I still got chicken nuggets, though. That was all that we ate that day that I remember. No, we went to Animal Kingdom that night. Did we eat again? I think we did. I think we ate at Satuli again. I'm pretty sure.
Did we? Yeah, we probably did. Knowing us, we probably did.
And I got the chicken again. We really like Satuli Canteen. I'm kind of tired of it.
I think I'm done with that, though.
I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think I'm done with that, though.
That's going to be in our January trip list. I forgot. My other favorite dessert I've ever had was...
Well, that's coming up now, ain't it? All right, go ahead.
That's at the end of the week.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the first day we got there in January, we stayed at the Art of Animation Resort. Finally got to stay at our resort.
That was the first time.
Another video. Yep. We can't talk about art in another podcast. We ate at Landscape of Flavors, which is a really cool food court. If you go before 10 or after 8 p.m. at night, you will not be able to sit down. So that's our first word of advice there. You need to go in between those times because it is crazy busy in the early morning and in the evening. I guess everybody just eats really late because that was really freaking me out. I was 11 o'clock and that place was full of people.
There was one night we went there. It was really late and it was packed. It was crazy. That whole trip though was crazy.
Yeah, it broke all records. Yeah. I think people knew that this disease was about to happen or something because there were just so many people there.
Could have been.
But I ate a Asian chicken bowl. Very good. I love anything that's Chinese, Asian, Japanese, anything. What did you get?
I got a piece of pizza. Was it I got a piece of pizza the first night, And the piece of pizza was nice because like everything else, you had to, it wasn't like everything else that you had to wait and then order. They were taking pieces of pizza and just as they cooked them,
I think that the idea that you could go to whichever little booth you wanted, and then they made the food in front of you for the most part. It was like a lunchroom lady
basically,
kind of thing.
Yeah. It was 4 different little restaurants, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then they had a whole fridge of desserts. Oh, I had a sugar cookie from there. We had a brownie.
They had sections where you could go buy milk and juice
cereal.
And
that was really nice. We're not used to staying at fancy places like that, so CLC we didn't really utilize all of their things because we were doing other things. But Art of Animation, we really utilized all of the amenities that they had, except for the pool because it was a little too cold for us Floridians, even though there were some crazy people out there in that pool. But we really did utilize all that. We bought a lot of drink. Or the refillable mugs definitely were worth it.
We still have the refillable mugs
we
still drink out of them all the time.
Yep. So that Monday, we went to Magic Kingdom, and we didn't eat breakfast any day except one. And I don't recommend that for myself. I would probably go grab something from the little We just couldn't get up in time because we're so tired every day.
Well, we were waking up and being at the park whenever it opened, basically.
We got to the bus at like 6:30.
Yep.
Most days. So, we're really lazy, so we're not that
determined. We are more of let's get up just when we wake up, get ready, and go, than let's be there right whenever it opens.
But I enjoyed getting there when it opened a couple of the days.
Yeah,
I
both
would probably
of the days.
never do that at Animal Kingdom. I think a lot of people were doing that because it's a lot more relaxed. I like to relax, walk through the oasis, and
Yeah, I would definitely do it at Animal Kingdom again, but I don't think I would do it again at Magic Kingdom.
Mm-mm.
I didn't like
people were shoving you and touching your butt, and
they had a rope drop to get into, and then you had another rope drop that you had to wait to get into the Tomorrowland or whatever park you wanted to get into.
We'll have to talk about that in another podcast.
Okay.
But we're moving on to our food. We did not eat anything that day until we ate lunch at Be Our Guest, which is really cool for us because we had never eaten lunch there. And why don't you share what you got?
I got the chicken. I can't remember what.
I think it was like what I got.
Yeah, when
I was there.
Yeah, it was like chicken, mashed potatoes, and some vegetables.
Megan got that same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. My niece got the same thing, and it was very good. The mashed potatoes were very good.
The gravy looked good.
They also had at the lunch. I didn't even think about this. That was different from the dinner.
Beast wasn't there.
Yes, but they also had a place where you could refill your drink.
Yes,
at
that
lunch.
was cool.
And then at the dinner one, they came and refilled it for you.
That place was popping.
Both times that I've went, the service has been excellent though. Like they've pretty much brought your meal. You didn't
with our payment went through, and basically they didn't have our food order. Like we didn't have any food, so because of all what happened, they gave it to us for free, and that was very nice of them. I really appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
I got the French dip sandwich, which was very delicious. Was it worth $17.49 at Disney? Yes, but I can get it at Arby's for like 2 for $5.
Yeah. What was it? What was the name of the thing that I got?
You got the braised chicken.
Yeah.
Coq au vin style. Yeah. It was in white wine, bacon, mushrooms, roasted asparagus, blistered heirloom tomatoes, and braised leeks served with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
The only other thing I would probably want to get was the French onion soup. Is the best. It was amazing. And the carved turkey sandwich looked good, but not for $16.49. I'm sorry.
No, the chicken was very good, and again, you're eating in that really Bell's Castle.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you're eating really.
We wanted to try a cupcake, but they forgot to bring it out because of the mix-up. So I was a little sad we didn't get to eat the cupcake, but it's okay.
Yeah.
That was our experience at our second time at Be Our Guest. A lot of people said they didn't really like breakfast there, so I guess I'm not going to try that. But to get a reservation, you have to basically sell your kidney and go put it on the black market because it's very hard to get one. And somehow his sister got 2, so she's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The next place that we went that day, did we eat a snack? I know we did.
I think we ate Dole Whip, didn't we?
I did, probably. I ate Dole Whip
No.
every time.
I think it was, that was when you went to the bird ride, the bird show, and me and everybody was waiting outside for you.
And
we
then
had
you had a Dole Whip when
you
came out. Yeah, I finally got to go to the Janatiki room. That was pretty cool. The next thing that we did was one of these days of Magic Kingdom, I can't remember, we went to Sleepy Hollow and I got some sort of snack. I know I got coffee. I don't remember what I ate. And that night we went to Cosmic Rays. And I think Cosmic Rays is my least favorite restaurant that I've been to. It's actually above that hot dog place, the one on the lake at Hollywood Studios. But it wasn't that it was bad. It's just that I've had better, And I like burgers now. I've gotten better about it, but it has to be like the bomb diggity of a burger. And that one didn't do it for me. And also, it was at this point where we were very tired. So
we've been there all day. We've literally been there since the time it opened.
We had been there almost over 12 hours by that point. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was an extremely long day. Yep.
I wanted to eat at Pico Spills. That's on my list. But that's for another podcast.
I was going to say, that's definitely one that we're gonna try when we go back.
All right, that was all for Magic Kingdom that day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember any other snacks if we did, but his family that we were with had the Disney dining plan, so they got snacks. So most of the time we just mooched off of them, stack-wise. So it's hard for me to remember that because they actually paid for it. When I pay for it, that's when I remember exactly what it was. That Tuesday, we went to Woody's Lunchbox.
Mm-hmm. Got another Pop-Tart.
I did. There was a blueberry one that time. I think I liked the raspberry one better.
The raspberry one and the blueberry, was it blueberry lemonade?
Yeah,
Blueberry lemon was, both of them were amazing. I loved both of them. But,
they have the raspberry one again, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The blueberry one would be the one that I would want.
All right, so we didn't eat breakfast that day. We ate lunch, and Woody's Lunchbox lunch opens very early. It's like at 10:30, and you can order at 10:15 or something like that. We had the lemon blueberry, and then for lunch, I got brisket. I think I was pretty proud of myself for getting that.
The tacos was very good. It was like nachos, but just with tater tots. And it was very, very good. It had Fritos and chili and cheese and
green onion, sour cream, and corn.
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
And it had queso on it.
Very, very good. I would get that definitely again.
I had the barbecue brisket melt. It was amazing.
It looked very good.
It was very decently sized for $12.99 for it to be brisket. I was really surprised. But the only thing is, eventually when they build that new barbecue restaurant over there by Woody's Lunchbox, I don't know what they're going to do with Woody's Lunchbox because they can't have like brisket sandwiches next to a barbecue place. I wonder if it'll be more of a snack place after that. Probably. Because it's kind of already like that, but a little elevated. They also have one of the best grilled cheese sandwiches on property. I've heard from a lot of people.
Yep. I definitely want to try that after I heard that they have a really good grilled cheese. I went to the milk stand that day, and I got the blue milk. Galaxy's Edge?
Yes.
We got both. We got green. Well, we didn't, but our group got green.
The green milk is obviously better. Would I ever buy it again? Heck no. For $8? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That cup was small.
Yeah.
It was okay. I drank it.
Yeah.
It was
I tried both.
So.
I think I liked the green a little better than I did the blue, but the blue is a little more nostalgic for me, so I would probably say try the blue.
That night, I'm going to pull up their menu because it was a lot. We went to our first ever character meal. We went to Hollywood and Vine.
Oh, yeah. That was really fun.
I love their outfits. For some reason, though, it reminded me like I was at a Golden Corral.
I love Golden Corral. I love Golden Corral. I love that whole huge buffet.
It really did remind me of a Golden Corral, but just with Mickey characters.
That to me, that's just like you're already taking excellence of Golden Corral and just making it that much better.
If I ever did another character meal, I think I would always want it to be breakfast because I love breakfast food so much that I think that would be the better option for us because we'll get to why I'm saying that in just a second. But my favorite part about the food at Hollywood and Vine was that they had macarons, however you say that.
They did.
Macaroons.
Very good.
And I ate like so many of
They also had Angry Orchard. That was awesome.
I drank that too, didn't I? Did we both get one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because if you're on the dining plan, which we weren't, you actually can get an alcoholic beverage with every meal. So, it had chicken. It had different kind of food. I was very surprised. It had like Indian food.
It had very
Mexican
wide
food, American food. It was just very diverse. It was good. I ate too much though.
Yeah.
Usual.
But that was
to get your $55 out of it, I wouldn't eat anything before you went there. Just don't eat anything.
Definitely, that's an amazing place to take your kids though. I mean, they have a lot of good food for you, and you can drink if you would like. And then your child, they have really good desserts and food. And then you turn around and get Donald Duck, Mickey, Goofy, Minnie.
And Daisy. Her outfit was the best. They were in their movie star outfits.
Yeah. Did they change outfits?
Yes, it's seasonal.
Okay.
Sometimes they have like Christmas or spring or whatever holidays going on then. That was really good. After that, we didn't snack as much on the Hollywood Studios day.
No, we didn't.
There's not really that many. I got a drink at I completely forgot about this. Right outside of Toy Story Land, there's this like little stand, and I got like some sort of drink one time that was like with Powerade. Any drink that they have with Powerade on property, get it because it's amazing. They have one at Satuli Canteen. They have one at Woody's Lunchbox.
That's very good.
They've had one at that little stand. I really like the Powerade drinks that they make there. So
also, I just wanted to say, out of all this time that we've not been able to go back to Disney, and that eventually we're going to go back, and hopefully in the next couple months, the one meal that I've been looking forward to the most having again that I had, I think it was the trip in January that I had for the first time, was the ice cream Mickey Mouse head.
Mickey Premium Bars.
Oh my gosh.
You can get those at Walmart.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But
not like
no,
we can
it
go.
was. I was about to say it was amazing. It was. I was like, this is just chocolate with ice cream in it, but just something about it was just so much better.
The nostalgia, like
Could be, but
eating
it was so
at
good.
Disney too. But that was all for our Hollywood Studios Day. Then Wednesday, we had my favorite meal that we had the entire trip, and that was Akershus. First of all, there were princesses, so that was just...
What is it?
Akershus, the princess breakfast.
Oh, I never knew the name of it.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it that great. So.
Okay, well, I never knew the name of it.
But yes, there was... In our server was the realest G there ever... Because that lady brought us like 4 or 5 plates.
Yeah, basically what she would do is she would bring us...
More? You want more?
She would bring us a platter of like eggs and hash browns and potatoes and sausage and bacon. And they'd bring us, and basically it was 8 of us. So we would just fill up our plates and start eating, and then she would walk off and then come back and see that the plate was gone, empty. And instead of waiting for us to get kind of through with our actual plate in front of us, she would just see the main plate was empty, pick that plate up, and immediately go bring us another thing of food.
And on top of that, they had unlimited Mickey waffles, bagels, toast,
fruit was up there too, wasn't there?
Some kind of meats and stuff I don't really eat. Yeah. So it was like, what is it called? Norwegian meats and cheese and stuff.
I would honestly go back to that, just me and you, like not even just.
That's a hard reservation to get.
Oh my goodness,
because it's breakfast.
Delicious.
But I would love to try their lunch or dinner there. I'm kind of interested to see what they would have. We need to look that up.
Yeah, and it had the princesses that came around and talked to the kids at the table, and then at one point they got a parade where they had all the princesses go around and all the kids got with them, and they walked around the whole area where everybody was eating, and everybody went and sat back down.
They had a little princess walk. And
yeah.
What was your favorite princess that you saw there?
To be honest with you, I wasn't really paying much attention because I was eating the bacon that they were bringing and everything that it was just all so good.
Okay, so for lunch, holy moly, this is expensive. For lunch, these are their options: Norwegian meatballs with mashed potatoes and vegetables.
Oh yeah, see, I would already
herb roasted chicken breast with sweet potato and cranberry bread pudding. Viking mixed grill with salmon, something of white beans, Norwegian meatballs, mashed potatoes. Something stuffed pasta, cheese and spinach stuffed pasta with olive oil. I would probably like that too. Grilled fillet of salmon, seared pork tenderloin, and Scandinavian potato dumplings.
Now, that is not the same as the breakfast, right?
This
like
is
you
lunch.
choose lunch, so you choose a meal and they bring you just the meal.
It's actually the same thing. You just tell them what meat that y'all want, and then they put it on the plate and y'all share it.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure because it said family style, so they all would be family style. And dinner, see if it's any different. Yeah, it's got to be family style because it wouldn't be that price if it wasn't.
How much was the lunch?
$63 a person. It's $65 for breakfast.
Golly, that's crazy.
Everything's the same.
I mean, I say it's crazy, but that's
lunch.
Disney World, and I mean,
that is it's separate.
you get to meet all the princesses while you're sitting there eating, and it's not like you're eating in a
small building too.
I was just about to say it's not like you're eating in the shed. I mean, it's very nice in there.
And then after that, we ate about every darn booth that there was.
Oh no, that was Well, it was Festival of the Arts, so they had all the way around the whole World Showcase. They had all different new types of like desserts and little dishes that you could get. And at the beginning of it, they give you this card, And if you go all the way around and you sample all of the dishes, then you get a cookie at the end of it. And so of course there's 8 of us, so we would just go around and we would get, you know, 1 or 2 things, and then we would all sit and try it.
I don't have a list anymore of the restaurants that they had. I probably could have looked one up, but we tried so much it's hard for me to. So we'll just tell you a highlight.
I was about to say,
my favorite was the from China. I got these little pork dumplings that were spicy. Mm-hmm. Those were very delicious.
I think my favorite, and at the time that my family was had gotten this and was eating it, I was actually in one of the gift shops, and it was.
He was in there forever.
No. I had the reason why I was in there forever though is because I had rubbed my eye earlier in the day and one of my contacts fell out, so I took the other contact out of my eye, and so I didn't have my glasses with me, so I was blind. So when we got to Japan, I'm standing there and all my family's around me, and I'm just looking around and I can't see anything. And Melea walks up to me and I said, "Lead me to a gift shop." And she said, "Okay." So I just followed her to a gift shop, and I was in the gift shop for a long time.
It was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I was in the gift shop. I mean, to be honest with you,
in that gift shop, they had a sake bar. Y'all.
Isn't it sake?
I don't know. Sake?
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 Suki?
I don't know. Anyway, I had a strawberry.
I just think about the Austin Powers whenever he has the thing. Suck it to me, baby.
Anyways, it was amazing. And that stuff will knock you off your feet.
I've heard it's very powerful. They give it to you in little tiny cups.
I was already kind of like, just happy by the end of that. So.
No, but the gift shop that she led me to was huge. It was a monstrous gift shop, and I was blind. I couldn't see anything, so I had to get within a couple feet of things to see what I was looking at, be able to see it clearly. But while I was in there, my family was outside, and in the Japan section, there was a sushi donut, and it was 4 different types of sushi in the shape of a donut, and they saved me the salmon section, and that was the best bit of sushi that oh my gosh, it was so good. I wish I would have had that whole donut. It was so delicious.
I was really excited to go to the festival, the Flower and Garden Festival, to eat food, but...
Yeah, well, that happens. But the other thing that I really enjoyed, since we haven't wrote down what we ate at the World Showcase, those snacks, the other thing that I really enjoyed was when we went back to the caramel place in Germany, and we ate it was a s'more, so it was graham crackers, marshmallows, and I think it had chocolate in the s'more. It was like a typical s'more, and then they dumped the whole thing in chocolate. And I mean, it wasn't like a thin layer of chocolate. I mean, it was a thick layer of chocolate around that s'more, and then they doused the whole thing in with caramel.
I got caramel popcorn, and it was kind of stale this time, so that whole going in there was an experience this year because there were so many people there. There was
a lot more people there that time than the time that we went in the past.
People were fighting to get into line.
The time that we went in the past, I think I had to wait for maybe it was 3 people in line, and that time there was
snaked around the building.
It almost went out of the building. It was such a long line.
And then that night we regrettably went to Landscape of Flavors and ate again after we had already eaten all day, and I had reached my limit at that point. So. Oh yeah,
that was the night that we went there late, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I got some kind of pasta. I didn't really like it, so.
Yeah, that was a lot of food.
Too much for me.
Way too much. That was so much food. But again, that's all part of it, because if we're talking in the aspect of that when all this is kind of over and everything goes back to normal, we'll start going back, every other month. We'll go take a weekend trip down there. And not everybody's going to be like that, so the amount of food that we ate, other than the Landscape of Flavors when we got back, like the actual amount of food that we ate at Epcot was reasonable, because if somebody's only going to go every 2 to 5 years.
But we ate breakfast pretty early that day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. After that Thursday, we went back to Magic Kingdom. This day was lacking in my memory for some reason.
We ate at Harbor House.
Again
with my family.
And guess what I got?
Chicken nuggies. I got the fish.
I can get the fish. I like the fish, but I think there's no option to get just fish without shrimp. And I'm not supposed to eat shrimp.
I think there is.
I don't know. But anyway, I need to try something else. That's what I learned from that experience.
We just probably, the first time that we go back, this year.
We're
We
gonna stay away
probably
from there.
won't. Yeah, we probably won't eat there. We'll try a couple more
Pecos
places.
Bills, that's where we're gonna go.
I want to go there, and I actually do want to go back to Casey's Corner.
Yeah, we haven't been there in a while. They got
Since
corn dog nuggets that day.
November of
They
2018.
did. They got corn dog nuggets that day.
That's right. We did go
tried
there.
a few of those. Yeah, but we didn't go in there because it's really crowded. After that was our last day at Disney. We went to Animal Kingdom. This day was kind of short because most of everybody we were with was kind of sick by this point.
Yeah. It's, I don't know if we really want to get into that, but everybody got sick with a
dry
cough, upper respiratory, basically, sickness. Except us, but we weren't rooming with them. I'm sure if we stayed with them, we probably would have had it too.
But because of that, our time eating was limited.
Mm-hmm.
So for breakfast, I went to the Creature Comforts stand and got a cheese Danish. Was very good.
Oh, I remember that. That was
Starbucks.
very good. Yep.
Because we were waiting for rope drop.
Oh,
and they were waiting there,
too.
and
that
I got
so
stuff
good.
and went. So I would totally do that again. I think I'm gonna make that my new Animal Kingdom morning.
Starbucks?
Because I really like that Starbucks. It was fancy,
I would love to live somewhere by a Starbucks one day because I wouldn't mind. I don't think I would get Starbucks. I don't think that would be a morning ritual for me.
I would
but
go every
definitely.
day.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I probably would go at least twice a week. It's just expensive. It's really expensive. And we've talked about eventually moving either closer to Orlando or just closer to a bigger city. And if we do end up making that move, things might change. But I still think I would probably go to Starbucks at least. But yeah, I would probably do Starbucks trip at least twice a week.
I really like
if
coffee.
we live near it. But anyway, that was Animal Kingdom.
Yep,
This is the start of the last day.
Then for lunch, we ate at Sotuli Canteen. We had chicken. I'm probably not going to eat there for a while.
Sotuli Canteen again, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of it now. But also, Animal Kingdom's food options, I don't know as much about
Animal Kingdom is just so massive. It's just huge. It's a big, huge area. And sometimes you can get really easily wrapped up into just doing your favorite things and going to your favorite areas. The
girls got some fruit that day at a little cart in the Harambe Market, so that was a good breakfast idea if you needed something.
I think it wasn't that day. It was the Magic Kingdom day where I got my popsicle.
But I want to eat at Yak and Yeti at Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's on my list.
Mm-hmm.
We've just not tried a lot there, so we really need to branch out. That's for another podcast. Sorry.
I think that when we go back, the next time we go back, if we go back to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, we'll try all new restaurants. We won't go to any place that we've went to before.
Epcot, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we stay pretty
stuff.
branched out at Epcot.
Hollywood Studios, we want to do more now also. So,
yeah. There's, I can't remember the place in Hollywood Studios that had the oatmeal cream pie.
Backlot Express.
Oh my goodness, that thing looked amazing.
Yeah,
I 100% have to have that.
Then that night, everybody kind of got sick and wanted to go back to the room. Mm-hmm. So we said, you know what? We're gonna go to Disney Springs. I said that. Anyway.
Oh, I completely forgot
and
about that.
We got on a bus,
yeah,
which was pretty cool. That was probably my favorite part about it, so we could go for free, and Zach didn't have to drive. That was cool. And we walked around for about an hour, hungry and mad because we couldn't get into any of the restaurants.
Even Disney Springs was insanely packed. It was crazy.
But we finally did get into Chicken Guy after waiting a little while, which is Guy Fieri's restaurant, and it was really good. And guess what I got? Chicken tenders. Wow, branching out. But actually, those were probably my favorite chicken tenders that I've ever had.
I agree. It was very good.
The sauce was good. Environment was good.
There was
too many people.
I would say there was a lot of people, and there was a lot of different sauces.
And it was
to choose
so
from.
loud.
Yeah, if you do want to go there, I would find the menu somewhere online and look at the menu. Really look at the sauces, look at everything, so that when you go there, you kind of know exactly what you want, and you're not trying to look at the menu at the same time of
After
standing.
talking about all this, I hope that these restaurants don't close after all this being going on and stuff.
Well, the ones at Disney won't, but I don't know that.
They have a very small menu, to be honest. I actually
Oh yeah, it's
like
very very small, but everything is very very good.
Their sauces. I just want y'all to go look at the list of sauces.
Yeah, we can't sit there and
I have so many of them.
Yeah.
My favorite one that I had was the sweet and sour.
Mhm.
The honey mustard. It had mayonnaise in it. What the heck?
Yep.
And
I think all honey mustard does, doesn't it?
I didn't know that. It's new to me. I think that's the only ones that I really liked.
Yep.
And I think there was special sauce on my chicken sandwich that I had too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was good.
All right. Very good.
And then our last meal that we ate at Disney was that Saturday when we went home. We ate breakfast at the Landscape of Flavors. I don't even remember what I had. I think it was waffles and bacon, and that was very excellent. They had breakfast platters, so.
Yeah.
You can guarantee that any breakfast at Disney is going to be pretty okay. It's going to be good. All the ones that I've had.
I would say every time that I've ever ate a breakfast at Disney, it's always been really good.
We're just breakfast people, though.
But then again, I've not ate anywhere at Disney that I wasn't pleased with.
Other than Cosmic Race, you didn't really care for that place too much.
Yeah, the chicken, which again, that was at the very end of the day, so I'm sure they were,
that place looked like it had been through War II.
Yeah, it did. Definitely.
But that concludes everything that we've pretty much eaten at Disney. I think the next time we're going to do is stuff we want to try, and we're going to research that a little bit before we do it. So
hopefully, this coming month in April, we can put out more of these about different things, about rides, about ideas of things that we want to eat, rides that we're looking forward to riding again or trying for the first time.
Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah. And then I think we could even branch out as far as doing maybe shorter podcasts about movies that we've watched or documentaries that we've watched or anything like that. It doesn't have to be...
We'll call this a variety show.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be...
We have a lot of hobbies.
Just about Disney.
So it's... Like, us deciding on something would be very hard. So we're just going to make this about, whatever's on our mind right then.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, it was awesome.
Okay. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.